Alright guys, so in today's video I'm going to be going over a boss that has recently been updated, and it is now actually a decently reliable way to make money if you have the right gear. So I'm going over all the changes that were added to this update and how you can profit off it and the gear you need to do so. So first, what happened? If you didn't know, in the Spider's Den, which is where I am, there is the Arachne. It's this giant altar here, and when placing down 4 Arachne fragments, which are found in the Spider collection, it costs around 20k per, it will summon in the first stage of Arachne, which has 1 million health. Now this seems like, oh, this would be so easy, I do like 300,000k damage per or whatever. However, it takes heavily reduced damage, similar to other mobs in the game, so you're really only able to do like 8 to 10,000 damage per hit, depends what type of gear you're using. But on drop, it usually just gives you some soul string, some string, and then a chance at like a tarantula pet, plus a Arachne fragment. But with the recent update, it is also guaranteed to drop a luxurious spool, which currently, if we go on AH and we look for the price of the luxurious spools, it goes for 120,000 coins, meaning this boss is now decently profitable, because luxurious spools are a super good enchant, and now you get them 100% of the time, no matter how much damage you do or what boss you do with the Arachne boss. So now, is this a good method? That's really up to you and how you're doing it. For example, let's just say you have a group of 4 people. You have 4 people, each of them puts in 1 Arachne fragment every single time, assuming you're doing tier 1. This means it will cost you 20,000 coins to summon in the boss, and let's just say it takes you 1 minute. This means it costs you 20,000 coins and you're guaranteed to make around 120,000 coins profit. If you can do that in a minute, you're looking at a lot of money. However, if you can't do it in a minute, I'm just using a minute as an example, 2 minutes you can do the math and figure out how much money you're going to make. But it now actually makes this boss somewhat more reliable. Because before, this boss had literally zero purpose. Like, I'm not trying to shit on it or anything, but there was quite literally zero purpose to this boss. So now what do I recommend you do if you want to actually kill this boss on time? Let's just stick with tier 1s here. Tier 1 boss, if you want to kill on time, you're going to want to optimize for ferocity, or it's how much times you can attack per second, 10 seconds, whatever it is you want to do. So optimizing attack speed and ferocity is your go-to method. Now what this means is your odds are going to want a tiger pet at decently high level. You can either use werewolf armor for the ferocity if you feel like staying back is the right option for you, and it's also super cheap. That is one option because it gives ferocity. The other option you can potentially use is Crimson because of the Dominus effects, which basically doubles the attacks you do once you get to full 1. I have pretty busted Crimson, so I'm using Crimson. Now for the weapon, you're going to want to use the Phantom Rod. And recently the Phantom Rod has seen a giant spike in price. These things usually go for, just for reference, around like 600 to 1 million coins. Currently they're sitting around 2 million coins perfect unenchanted. But the reason you want this is very simple. You can attach to it and then just run back and jitter click left click. Phantom Rod is a good option if you plan on doing a bunch of these because it's just good. Now another item you might want to use is potentially the Cow's Head. Now the Cow's Head is a very unique item found in the Leather collection, so if you go into, what do I want to combat cows, obviously aren't the mobs, we can get the Cow Head. Now this one is very simple. You have to start with a raw beef, you get a Cow Head, and it guarantees you immunity to debuffs, which is super good because the only really deadly attack this guy has is the poison attack, which does big damage. So the setup I recommend you use is the setup most of these people are using. Whatever your best damage armor set is. So in this case, Shadow Assassin, or in this case, Necron, or in his case, Shadow Assassin again. Use a damage set, or Werewolf, or Crimson, whatever you want. A Cow Head, and grab yourself a Phantom Rod. Then you can just latch on and just jitter click from a distance and get yourself a bunch of damage. Now, if you're doing this with, the more people you're doing this with, the faster this boss will end, right? Now, with a random lobby or by myself with around like 3 people, I'm usually able to do this boss in 2-ish minutes, alright? So that means every 2 minutes I'm making around 115,000 coins profit, which is actually not too bad. But if you're doing with 4 people, odds are you're going to be able to make around 120,000 coins every single time you do it, and that's around 4 million coins an hour, which honestly isn't too bad. The faster you do it, the better. If you can just leech all of them, again, the better. But this boss now actually has a purpose, hence why you might see people actually doing it. Now there's also a tier 2 boss, which is required with, I believe, the Arachne crystal fragments. And not a whole lot of people know how to actually get this. Now, in order to summon the tier 2 boss, you will need an Arachne Keeper Fragment, Arachne Crystal Fragment. In order to do that, you need 3 Arachne Keepers, 8 Enchanted Spider Eyes, 30 Enchanted String. You go talk to Shaggy, you click on him, and he'll give you a nice thing. Basically speaking, first you have to find the relics of power around the map, and then you can talk to him, and I obviously haven't. You give him this stuff, and he'll give you 1 Arachne Crystal Fragment, or whatever it's called. You can use them to summon the tier 2 boss, which is 20 million health. Probably wondering, okay, well, why do you want to do that? A, it gives you more soul string, and it is guaranteed to drop the Dark Queen Soul, which goes for 160,000 coins. Will it sell? Maybe not, but that's up to you. But this boss now has an actual purpose, and more people are doing it. So what are your thoughts on this? If this video is helpful, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.